all we can do really is nod our heads in disgust because this was the night that every single Kings fan was looking forward to clinching a playoff berth in front of a rocky, insane, incredible fan base that had so much energy from beginning to end. Some people might think that it was a little bit off, but I felt like it was more of anxiety of trying to win the game, and you felt that from the players. See, the fans feed off what the players do, okay? Let's not confuse things. And it was rough. Just a tough night. You make 5 total three-pointers. I've been harping on their defense all season long. And on nights like this is where I kind of question how far they can go. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, they're going to make 5 threes in game 1 of the playoffs, or is this fixable? Absolutely. Most of the things, it really boils down to defense and the small attention to detail of not allowing guys to beat you off the dribble, boxing out, not overplaying, better communication on defense in the first 2 quarters. That matters. It's going to matter in the playoffs. You won't always be able to outscore people, and you got good looks, and you just missed a lot of those shots. There were some questionable calls, but that happens every game. You at this point, you must be used to that. So when it comes to refereeing, I don't even want to talk about it unless it's just super egregious, which I don't think it has been as of late. Like, yeah, Sabonis had 6 today and Kevin had 5, but that's not why they lost this game, okay? Let's focus on all the negatives. Not many positives, to be honest. Keegan tried to break the record. He was ice cold today. I felt like he had anxiety over it too. Just the whole team, they felt the pressure. Both the Clippers and the Suns, or the Clippers and the Suns, I think, yeah, they won today. So you don't clinch. They're going to clinch. Tonight would have been epic. It would have been better on Saturday night, but, you know, the anticipation, though, from Saturday to now was just huge. I mean, we all were just emotional from the very beginning. From the moment we woke up our eyes, we thanked God and we said, oh my gosh, tonight is a night. And it just didn't happen. Sometimes things go that way. Sometimes you don't get what you want. Kings fans and the Kings didn't get what they wanted tonight. That's simple. It's okay. I'm not gonna say this was a good loss. Let's learn from it, because I felt like that with the Bucks. It wasn't a good loss against the Celtics, but teams like that are much better than you, you're okay with those losses. But when you lose to a team that's on the back-to-back and you've lost to them a few weeks ago in the Minnesota Timberwolves, that's hard. Like, you got to be better about this type of stuff, man. Being meticulous about how you approach the game matters. So. Yeah, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I didn't even want to sit courtside. I was like, man, I didn't even want to waste my energy to walk down there. I'm just going to do it up here. Obviously, it's not the best for lighting because I didn't bring the lights, but it is what it is, man. I want to talk to you guys, though, because y'all know how I feel. I've been harping on this. I don't know why the hell Edwards was on the bench. Malik Monk, once again. The guy I keep talking about being the X factor for the Kings was just awful tonight. They gave Alex a chance today. He looked better than Metu. I mean, he wasn't great, but he looked better than Metu. At least defensively, he did. Offensively, yeah, you kind of expect that from Alex Len, but let's be honest. He was not as bad as Metu has been. Metu would have got destroyed. He's gone destroyed. Like, we've seen that. So, but we'll keep talking about it, man. Let me address some of you guys real fast. How's everybody doing? Justin Snyder, bad loss, 100%, bro. 100%, my brother. Just terrible. Timberwolves are killers, cold-blooded. They didn't care, bro. Nice job, roughly on Woods. This game was just a bad loss. We about to, though. Fox won ghost mode in the 4th. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't great today. He wasn't great today. Well said. The life of me, I cannot figure out the infuriation Brown has with, or the infatuation, sorry, Brown has with Monk versus TD. They're the same exact player. Monk gets 25 minutes a night, TD gets DMPs. And when Monk has been off for 5 straight games, I'll say this, Cody. They are not the exact same player. Monk is leaps and bounds better than TD. With that said, Monk has been incredibly inconsistent during a lot of stretches this season, and he's been incredibly excellent as well. Like, he's been up and down, but I would say he's had more ups and downs this year. It happens when you're a six-man type of player. TD doesn't compare to his ball handling, especially to his playmaking. Malik Monk is an elite playmaker. The analytics show it. The film shows it. There's nothing to dispute there. TD is nowhere near that level of playmaking. Like, nowhere near that level. TD is a turnover machine. Without even Malik is trying to make plays, so sometimes I'll give him a pass, but TD is looking for himself the whole time. That's the big difference between those two players. TD is just bad. Like, let's be honest. If he's not on, he's just a liability out there. So no, they're not the same players, and I'm incredibly harsh on Malik because I expect a lot from him. But when we compare those two players, Malik is a lot better. Like, TD is just who he is, TD. Like, he's a guy that can, at times, come in, give you energy, get you buckets, but you don't expect that all the time from him. That's just how I feel about him. That's just what he's shown his entire career. Like, it's historically speaking, that's what he's done. So felt the Wolves would give us a run for our money. Yeah, I mean, oh, appreciate that.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's good. That's perfect. Gives me more light. Gives me more light. Felt the Wolves would give us a run for their money. Was Keegan overthinking it? I think he was, if I'm being completely honest. I do think he was overthinking it. That's just me. Now I'm a little bit overexposed. Let me change just a little bit down. Get just a little bit down. 32. Let me see. Okay, that's better. That is much better. Appreciate the lighting. That helped. We had the curtains here blocked off, so at least the shot looks better now, huh? I appreciate you guys being patient. Pressure on Kinky was to break the record. Yeah, it was tough, man. If he makes that three, though, the Kings are in business. They're down by 3 with 2 seconds left. And who knows, you put the pressure on the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves are missing free throws. I covered. I covered. I had the Kings plus 7.5 when they were down by 10, and then I had them at plus 5.5. Maybe like 3 minutes before that as well. I jumped the gun on 5.5, and I got lucky with Fox hitting that last shot, but that was tough. I felt like midway through the third quarter that the team wasn't going to win the game. The fourth quarter confirmed it, especially early. I was just like, this team just doesn't have it right now. I think at one point they were stuck like at 3 or 4 3-pointers, and they ended up making 5, but it was just tough. It's just a bad loss. It's just one of those nights, man. Do you throw the tape away? No, I feel like you got to continue to harp on their defense, continue to harp on their approach, being meticulous about how they do things. That matters. So, and we'll look at it right now. I don't want you to think that, oh, I'm talking out of my butt. Like, I don't know what I'm. No, we all saw it tonight. Like, too many times you get beat and you just expose Sabonis to foul trouble. Sabonis was just in foul trouble. You know, kudos to Alex Len for not playing all season long and still staying mentally tough and mentally prepared, but the reality is he's just not in game shape like that. Like, to come in, same with Rashawn, like, those two guys haven't played, so my expectations for those two guys offensively is not high because they're not going to do well, right? When we talk about defense, though, it's a whole different story. You don't want to be a liability out there, continually getting beat all the time. Like, that can't happen. Chimezie Metu gets beat a lot. Every time you spare Sabonis, 7 to 12 minutes a night? Like, you got to be able to at least hold your own defensively. Just be out there setting screens, being a good teammate, trying to get offensive rebounds, the little things. And right now, that's a position of weakness, right? That's just what it is. The fifth foul on Herter killed a lot of momentum. He was the only dude who looked like he could hit a three. See, he finished with, he was 3 of 5. Yeah, I mean, he made more than half of them. Keegan hit 1, Fox hit 1. Fox had 29. Kevin had 13. Monk had 12, 0 of 4. He was 4 of 4 from the free throw line, but oh man, it's tough. You know, I can keep on harping about all this stuff, but it just sounds like a broken record. I do want to get to the HP interview. I know he spoke after the game. We'll play that in just a few moments. I want to highlight something real fast. Actually, I don't. Actually, let's watch that. I am interested to see what HB had to say about this. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. A huge shout out to Medici Sacramento, right across the Golden One Center. Top place to go get some pizza and some drinks. Their drinks are amazing. The cocktails are amazing. They got a mixologist in-house just making amazing drinks before and after games. It is truly, truly a spot to be. If you love pizza, you won't have any better pizza in this city. I guarantee. I put my name and my credibility behind that because Medici Sacramento is the best when it comes to pizza, man. Italian, Napoleon-style pizza. It is truly amazing. I'm gassing. I'm like fast about that pizza. Like, they got the birra pizza, they got the mango habanero shrimp pizza. Like, those are my 2 top favorites. And obviously, you can't go wrong with the double pep. I mean, it's pretty damn good. But let's play this interview with Mr. Harrison Barnes.
Their defense that slowed you guys down, or you guys just feel like your offense grinded to a halt for some reason tonight?
No, I mean, I just think that, they just got too comfortable to begin the game. I don't think we brought the level of physicality that we needed to, and we took advantage of it.
Overall, just given the circumstances, just how disappointing was it tonight?
I mean, like I said, this morning, actually, we had 8 games to get ready for the playoffs. Obviously, missed opportunity for us tonight to get this game, but, season continues on.
In what ways does their length bother you guys, and is there a silver lining in that there are things to learn from the way they defended you tonight that you can take forward?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, kind of similar to, if you're playing Memphis or if you're playing Utah, they're going to try to funnel things to the big. But like I said, I think for us, our defense, like I said, just allowing them to, trying to have their way, score the ball, us taking the ball at the net every single time, not getting it out in transition, not capitalizing on that, and just playing just as freely as we do. I think we were kind of slowed down, bogged down, and we didn't have a lot of assists tonight. So, just as a whole, you learn from it and you get better.
Yeah, you guys struggled on the glass early in the game, and then that number kind of evened out, but they got some big offensive rebounds at the end there. What were you seeing that led to that?
I mean, it's just gang rebounding. I think that anytime their guards get downhill, Domas rotates or the big gets off Rudy. We have to crack back, and I think their wings do a good job rebounding. Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson. So for us, not only tonight but just moving forward. I mean, we have to know that those possessions.
That's tough, man. Real quick, he took Egan over 2.5 threes. That tells you a lot about how insane odd makers are. Like, to only be 2.5 threes when the record was 4. That, and I didn't even know about that spread. That line should tell you it was going to be an under, just because he's been shooting the ball so hot that it was like the biggest no-brainer, right, to take an over. And I'm sure the majority of the public took the over 2.5 threes, but to only make one. Oh my God, Vegas is not built on winners, bro. They're built on losers. That's an incredible line. Thanks for sharing, and I apologize, or I feel for you for losing, but holy cow. Sometimes spreads tell you everything about what's gonna happen. And I hate to, when I see a spread, I'm like, oh, fudge. You know what I mean? I'm just like, Vegas knows something. The fix is in. But no, let's continue.
Possessions are going to be big for us, especially if we play 23 seconds of defense.
Obviously, didn't happen tonight, but I mean, you guys still have 6 games left. I mean, what's it going to mean when you do? Given your history here, how significant is this season to get over this hump?
I mean, I think it's just changing the mindset of if it's not just trying to clinch and then the season's over. Everything for us, like I said, is continuing to just get better every single game. I think we have aspirations of a good postseason. So for us, it's focusing on that and just keeping it one game at a time. Like I said, tonight was a missed opportunity, but we have another game in a couple of days, and just focus on be better for that.
Harrison, you mentioned not having a bunch of assists tonight. How big of a factor is that in the three-point shooting, and how much does
all you gotta do
the
is win
pace
one more
impact
game,
your ability
or
to get
somebody
those
else
looks
loses the
from
game.
distance that you like?
I mean, we got looks. I mean, they didn't drop, but I just think, in general, when we're playing our style of basketball, assists are generated just off the flow of the offense. And I think that for us, that starts with our pace, just our ability to get up and down the floor, our ability to move the basketball. And tonight we were just slow. So part of that is taking the ball at the net every single time. But another part of that is just, mentally, fighting through that, when shots aren't falling as easily as they have been, just continuing to find ways to win.
I know this is just another game for you guys, but is there?
It's a great point. Cody just brought up aerial trends. We meet them in the playoffs, the first round with Cat back. Is there any actual adjustment this team can make for to account for being outside, or are they just gonna have to outscore them? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to outscore them, man. They don't match up well against Minnesota. They don't match up well against the length. I will say it's not as pretty when Cat is in there because it just doesn't work with 2 guys occupying so much of this of the middle. And even though Cat likes to shoot those shots, it's not as I guess efficient as you would like for it to be if you're a Wolves fan. But it's gonna be a challenge on the glass because you're gonna have to match up with them. You might have to play 2 bigs against them, Rashawn and I would consider playing Rashawn and Sabonis. Like it's gonna be tough. You might have to grind it out, but yeah, I mean it's tough. I would want to see what they look like in these last 7 games in terms of the Timberwolves. And see how their offense flows, see how their defense is. Cat's not very good defensively. Obviously, Rudy wipes a lot of their mistakes away because he's such a gifted shot blocker, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like, if you put Trey Lyles out there, right? Trey Lyles probably cooks Cat off the dribble. He's going to probably fall for his pump fake. And he's going to get to the rim. So do you match up with it that way? Like, and I said they would beat the T-Wolves, but man, after seeing the last two matchups tonight and then the last game, I don't know anymore. Like, their length it's really bothersome for the Kings. So we'll see what happens there, man. But let's listen to that last.
Is there
part.
any aspect of it being disappointed when clearly the fan base was so excited to potentially clinch tonight, and also being able to experience that in front of your home crowd?
For sure. I mean, like I said, the fans have been great all season. They've been great since I've been here. So obviously, it's disappointing for them. But, as a team, like I said, our focus is just continuing to get better every single day. And while this was a missed opportunity for a lot of different reasons, we will continue to press forward.
You got to continue to press forward. It's the only way in life, man. Shout out to my brother, man. You in Mexico right now. Enjoy your time. Pictures look amazing. Hope you're having a great time with the girls. Happy birthday to my goddaughter, baby Lizzie. And obviously to my sister-in-law, Elizabeth. So, y'all have a great time in Mexico. We did not light the beam tonight. Obviously, you heard it in my voice. It's disgusting. Like, the anticipation was huge for tonight. They just couldn't get the job done. It's really that simple. But hey, it happens. Don't worry, we'll get the vibe back. Playoff game 1. It's gonna be lit. No question. I'm not gonna allow this to ruin the first game of the playoffs. The first game of the playoffs is gonna be epic. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be something you never forget, because after 16 years of misery, that first game is going to mean so much to this entire city. From almost losing the team, to still experiencing bad ownership, bad leadership, to now correcting a lot of those mistakes and putting a good product on the floor to where fans are proud to call themselves Kings fans again. And it's been so fun this year. Obviously, there's been a few games where you're just like, what the hell just happened? But for the most part, it's been an amazing year, and you can't take that away. Like, you still got to enjoy the moment and live in the present, because we can look ahead. That could be a mistake, because you got to try to fix these mistakes now. Like Harrison said, you still got 7 games or 8 games. I don't know what the number is, but you got to try to approach those games like every single one's a playoff game, because you really are preparing for the playoffs. Like, it's not going to be easy whoever you face in the first round. We can't sit here and say, oh, we got championship pedigree and we're going to beat everybody. Like, that's not the case. Everybody wants to face the Kings because they don't have any experience. They don't have a lot of experience in these moments. And we saw it tonight. Like, they couldn't seize the moment. Now, the hope, if we're optimistic, our perspective, our point of view can be, well, hopefully they learn from this. That's all you really can hope for. That's just the truth. The pessimistic side of things is, damn, they choked. Okay, so there's two sides to this coin. Which side are you on? Drop a comment below. Still waiting for Brown to put in Holmes. Me too, man. Me too. You were the GM in the offseason. What trade would you make to improve his defensive presence? I would throw a lot of money at McDaniels, who put up some good numbers and made some tough shots tonight. I mean, the kid's getting better. He's gotten better every single season. And he's a stud. We'll come back to that one. This team has to start playing better at home, period. But give the T-Wolves credit, no doubt. They were tough tonight. Question, and don't come for me, but could we all get Dwight or DMC Domantas back up, maybe for intimidation at least? Well, I don't think anybody is scared of DMC, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think the negatives outweigh the positives, so I wouldn't touch DMC. But in terms of Dwight, that's a physical presence, a guy that fouls you super hard, that sets amazing screens, that is an elite shot blocker still. That sounds like something that they would need. DMC, complete opposite in terms of defense, just awful defensively. I wouldn't even consider it, if I'm being honest with you guys. And that has nothing to do with our history. I just don't think he fits his team at all. So I would say as far as way possible, in terms of Dwight, if you want a fresh look, something different, he does provide that. Now, in the playoffs, where they scout you very well and they know all your weaknesses, they're going to expose him in the pick and roll, depending on who you face in that first round. If you face Golden State, Curry going to kill him. So all you're going to do is just bring him into a pick and roll every single time and just hope that he can do his best on the perimeter. If you play drop coverage, which I guess you can hide some of that inability to play lateral defense there, but the reality is Steve Kerr is so intelligent and that staff is ready for the counter. I mean, they've seen it all. So in the playoffs, man, where everything is highlighted and just maximized, like it's not like people see things and they think it's 2K or they see things on paper and it's like, oh my God, like I think this might work, but it's not that easy, it's just not. But that's what I think, man. That's what I think. Let's take a look at what Fox had to say after the game. Let's see. Oh, Mike talked. Fox talked. Very short.
Fox, where did you just see that one kind of get out of hand for you guys?
We weren't able to get stops when we needed, but we also shot 18% from three. So.
And just how disappointing was it as a group for you guys, knowing just kind of the circumstances of tonight?
We lost the game. It's not the end of the world.
De'Aaron, what can you do to, I guess, play at the pace that you guys need to play at when a team like Minnesota is playing the defense that they're playing and they're being pretty good about not turning the ball over?
It starts with just getting stops. I mean, obviously we try to run after makes, but it's much easier to run after getting a stop. So it's not always about just making them turn the ball over, but we have to just find a way to come up with stops and get a defensive rebound, and it'll be much easier to run.
De'Aaron, you had 20 in the first half. What did they do to slow you down in the second half, and did the spacing go away with the three ball not falling?
Yeah, I mean that's a long team. They started to fill gaps more, didn't leave guys on an island. So I feel like the help defense was a lot better in the second half than it was in the first.
It was.
De'Aaron, now you have the chance of doing this on the road. Is it frustrating that you won't be able to do it with the fans and be able to see the reaction?
I don't think it's frustrating clinching a playoff spot, even if we're in a different country. So, nah.
Obviously, the right thing would have said, yeah, I would love the fans to see it. But he feels the pressure. I don't really blame him for that. And I know some fans are going to get on him for that. I already can see people talk about it. It's like, obviously, it does suck not being able to do it tonight. But he's right if you look at it from a 16-year drought and closing it in Mexico, closing it in Colombia, closing it in Japan. Like, it doesn't matter. And he's being a smart ass about it, but he's not wrong, but again, the right thing would have been, it sucks, man. I wish the fans would have experienced it here at home. Just that simple. It really is. But he's not wrong. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, he's frustrated. You can see in his tone. You see in his body language. He wanted to get it done tonight. Trust me on that. Like, he wanted to get it done tonight.
HB talked about a little about the pace. I mean, did you see how much did that kind of disrupt what you guys were looking to do offensively? Maybe not being as quick as usual.
I mean, we have to be better defensively. I think that's where it starts. Like I said, we run pretty well after makes, but when you're playing a team like that who's a really good half-court team, you have to be able to get stops to get out and run and just try to get them out in transition.
The Mavericks would be a great matchup for the Kings.
De'Aaron, there was a lot of anticipation and build up for this game. Did you guys kind of share in that? Do you have that same sense of anticipation for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, guys wanted to clinch a playoff spot at home, and wanted to share it with our fans. But like I said, at the end of the day, regardless of where we do it at, I think it's going to be, people are going to be appreciative and people are going to love it. So.
As you've said a couple times, it doesn't matter sort of when and where you clinch. I mean, you've been here longer than just about anybody. What will it mean when that happens? Given your history here,
I think it's big for myself, for the fan base. Obviously, not being in the playoffs for 16 years, it's going to be a big deal. But like I said before, it's a step into it's a step closer to making your true goal, and every competitor wants to win a championship, and that's just one step that you have to take to get there.
Yeah, I think it was
least amount of triples you guys have knocked down in a game. Is there any aspect of like ball movement or shot selection that stood out to you there, or is it as simple as shots not going down?
I think there were times where they took away the three, but I also think we missed a good amount of open threes tonight. We didn't shoot as many as we want to, but like I said, I think they just did a good job of being able to take the three away.
Yeah. See what Mike.
They give Minnesota credit, man. They came in there and came in here and did a fantastic job. I start with the kid, Jaden McDaniels. We had no answer for him to start the game, and the way he started the game offensively helped him get a lot of confidence, as well as helped his team get a lot of confidence. So great game by him. And then they just had other guys like Naz Reid, who's always been a handful of us, step up and play big for him. The kid Jalen Noel came off the bench and played extremely well. And when you get those types of contributions, as well as Conley going 6 of 8 from the floor, when you get those types of contributions from your quote-unquote role players in a tough ball game, it makes it tough. But I give them a lot of credit for the way they came out and aggressively took it to us on the offensive end of the floor by scoring, and then defensively, I thought they were really good too. They pushed out on our 3-point shooters. Their length is really good. They made us rush quite a few threes that made it tough. And our guys, the one thing we did really well was, we only had 2 turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, so to his point, let's take a look at some of the things that he's talking about, right? When, quote unquote, the other guys didn't do their job, per se. Let's switch it here. Okay. McDaniels. 39 minutes, 8 of 15, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 20 points. He's gonna get the job done, man. This kid, he is 23. He's 22. He's 22 years old. He's not 23 until next season in September. He'll be 23 by the time the season rolls. So 12 and 4 and 2 so far this year. 50% from the field. He's shooting damn near 40% from the 3. He's getting $18 million, bro. Like, I don't see how he doesn't get $18 million. At bare minimum, he gets 16 per. Bare minimum. This kid is good. He came out of Washington, was the 28th pick from the Lakers. I think he got traded from the Lakers to the Timberwolves. His brother's also solid. So he's just a really good basketball player. and he showed it tonight. His level of shot making is much improved. If you talk about his shot making from last year just to this year, the level of improvement is just insane. Like, it's crazy. So he just had a great game, man. Like, he really did. Kings should just kick the tires on OG again in the offseason. Also, Kings need to get Drummond. Drummond sucks, let's be honest. Will you be at the Mavs versus Kings game April 5th? Like to meet you. I'll be behind the Kings bench. Those are great seats, bro. Yeah, man. Just come down section 105, halftime or after the game, and say, what's up, man? Chop it up. Talk some Kings basketball. Yes, sir. That answer right there frustrated me, kind of, but I don't care. I just want to get to the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I figured. Alex always been smart, Alec, my boy, though. Mavs not making the playoffs. Sheesh. Who knows? They got 2 superstars on the team, and y'all know how the NBA rolls. Like, they want superstars. Like, that's just the way it is. Luka won a trade. I think Mark Cuban finds a way to make him happy and try to put the best talent that he can. He tried to do it, obviously giving up Dory Smith and picks, but it's tough because they have yet to address defensively their center position. Obviously, they traded for Wood, and that experiment hasn't really worked out. I don't think they even see eye to eye when it comes to. Look, if you just look at box score numbers, you would think he's a beast, right? But the way Jason Kidd approaches the game, he's defensive minded, and he wants guys that are able to switch and just be solid overall defensively. Kleba does that. Powell does that. Obviously, both of those guys to me are backups. And then Wood has that offensive versatility that would make him a starter but he's been so bad on defense that they never want to start him. So, and honestly, I don't even think they have they don't have a choice, if we're being honest, because you got to put the best talent out there, and he's definitely their best big. Whether he sucks on defense or not, like, they just got to roll with it. He spreads out the floor. I don't know what he shot this year so far, but he's a guy that has the upside to be that stretch, that pick and pop type of guy, and it's been an interesting situation for Christian Wood and the Mavericks. Luka and Sacramento would be cool. He's not coming here. He's not coming here. Kyrie will leave before Luka, I think. Yeah, that would happen way before Luka would leave. 100% there. 100% there. Make sure you guys hit the like button, man. It really helps out the algorithm. And I just wish more of you guys, show up to the live streams. A lot of you guys watch the stuff after as well, so I appreciate you guys for that. But, I would love to talk to you guys that are on the live stream right now. I'm going to put the link in the chat. You guys can click it, call in. I would love to hear what you guys think, man. Just chop it up with you guys, man. It's easy. You click it, you pop on the screen, and we chop it up for a little bit, man. I'd love to hear you guys. Just click that link, and it should pop you up. It'll give me notification that you're on, and I just put you on the screen. Good stuff. All right, let's go back. I actually want to see the standings. Let's check the standings real fast. The Kings are still 5 games ahead in the loss column from the Phoenix Suns. And, they're going to clinch number 3. It's just the idea of ending the drought and doing this in a special night. Like, it's going to happen. It more than likely happens on Wednesday, but, tough loss. And as Mike Brown said, you got to give kudos to the T-Wolves because they came in, they were locked in. You saw from the very beginning, right? Like, it was energized. Kings fans were into it. Like, there wasn't an empty seat in the building. And you saw Anthony Edwards was pumped. He was pumped, and he was doing a little handshake with Mike Conley, and Mike Conley had a hell of a game. And Anthony had an okay game, I would say. Like, not a Not a great, not like an Anthony Edwards type of game. I felt like he missed a lot of free throws tonight. The cookie crumble free throw thing, they almost got him, but he missed the first free throw on 3 different occasions, and I had recorded like, oh my God, he's gonna miss it. He never did. So I thought that was funny. But yes, as of right now, Minnesota is a 6 seed, and they would be facing the Kings. So, the Kings fans, do you guys want Minnesota in the first round? That's just the question. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's what you want. Not but bruh. 7 rebounds from Drummond off the bench with the physical presence in the paint. He sucks though. Like he don't play any defense. Like he's an awful defender. As a matter of fact, let's bring up this man right now, bro. Let's bring him up. They did not. The Bulls play today. Bulls lost, right? Okay. Andre Drummond, 14 minutes, 8 rebounds, 11 points. Cool beans. Like, he's always done this. No one is questioning that he can rebound the basketball. He's been one of the elite rebounders in their game for a long time. But he does other shit that just bugs you. Like, his feel for the game is just terrible. When you actually there's a reason why he has bounced around so many teams. Why the Lakers didn't even want him. Like, and they need somebody to play with AD because AD don't like to play center. He's played with the Sixers. Was he playing with the Sixers? Like who did he just play with before the Bulls? Was it the Nets or the Sixers? It was the Sixers, I think. Matter of fact, let's see. Matter of fact, let's find out. Why is it so hard? Stats. Yeah, he played for both Sixers and the Nets. Look at that. Like, he has been one of the most empty stat players I have ever seen in my life. Box score, empty calories type of player, bro. He's not a winning player. Period. He's just not. He's just not. Like, there's a reason why he plays 12, 13 minutes a game. Like on the Bulls, on a bad team. You can't make this up. Like, yeah, he's a great rebounder. No one's denying that. But you have guys like Alex Len, Rashawn Holmes that can grab you empty stat rebounds too. Like, he's just a liability on defense. Like, if you put him in the pick and roll, it's barbecue chicken every single time. It's the bonehead things that he does when he has the ball. He can't pass the ball. Let me see what his turnovers are. Like, he averages 1.9. There are seasons where he averaged 3.6, 3.6, 2.0, 3.2, 1.6 as a center. Like, he's just a bonehead player. He's that dude that has all the physical gifts to be great, but he's just not. I'm sorry. He's just not. It's like when the Kings go to a zone, seem to settle in. Should they start the game in a zone and force teams to hit shots, hurt or fox fly by closeouts, get Sabonis in foul trouble? So what happened today, I would say what I noticed is they try to help on Rudy Gobert, but they weren't very good at it because then they would run out and close out too late, and then they would lose containment on Rudy Gobert, and that's how you lose the rebounding battle and how you get and how you allow so many offensive rebounds. So that's tough. Like, there's just a lack of communication and attention to detail where you don't all gang rebound and you just lose those battles. Like, you allowed, I don't know what it was, 12, 13 offensive rebounds. Like, that's a lot. I'll take the Clippers over the T-Wolves. Yeah, I mean, he for sure played the Pistons forever. I'm just saying, like, as of late, what teams did he play for? The Lakers, the Sixers, the Nets, and the Bulls. Sort of 4 teams that didn't want him. And it's not like he's commanding $10 million per year. Like, he's on a vet minimum. Like, that should tell you everything you need to know about Andre Drummond and how the league views him. Like, fans fall in love with box score numbers. That's all he is. He's an empty calories player. That's just what he does. Like, no thanks. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, and we don't know if he'll get you 8 rebounds just because he doesn't get the playing time, but that's irrelevant right now. Those 8 rebounds in the context of the flow of the game will not translate to wins or to being that efficient player that you need him to be. Like, he's not it, bro. He's just not it. I'd rather have Dwight Howard. And I don't even really like Dwight Howard. But at least Dwight Howard has proven to win the championship. Like, and be a huge impact player in that championship run in the bubble. Like, he was huge for them. So, yeah, with Andre Drummond, man, I hard pass. Hard pass. You say he doesn't need to be doing a lot here. He don't got to be doing a lot in Chicago either. Like, he didn't have to be doing a lot in Brooklyn either. Like, think about who we had in Brooklyn, bro. KD, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Why didn't it work out with Andre Drummond? I mean, was he hurt? Like, yeah, I mean, he only played 24 games. Why didn't they keep him? He played 6. He averaged 6 points. Like, again, his rebound numbers are insane. Like, that's just what he does. But he can't find a way to stick on a team, bro. He's been on 4 different teams. Like, that should tell you everything about a player. I'm sorry. Okay, Drummond got traded. Cool. Point is, he played with great players. That was my point. My point doesn't get negated at all. If that's what they needed, why did they choose Clax over him? And Clax has gotten abused by Sabonis like that. Clax don't even rebound the ball well. Let's see, man. Let's see. Clax is averaging 9.2 rebounds a game. Drummond's a better rebounder than Clax. But Clax does other things to impact the game. He don't be committing boneheaded plays. Like, I'm sorry, bro. It's not even that I'm right and you're wrong. It's just that the whole league views him that way. He's just an empty calorie player. The whole league views him that way. That's a fact, not an opinion. And it's a fact because he's been bouncing from team to team because he can't stick. Like, you would think a guy that's such a great rebounder would stick on a team. But he can't. I'm sorry. He just can't. So, let's get back to this. ESPN, man, it's such an outdated app. Another guy in slow-mo, he had 15 points tonight, 11 assists. Huge game, by the way. Huge game, by the way. The guy is literally slow motion. I mean, you know what he wants to do, yet he still does it. That don't make no sense to me. I don't get it. It bugs me, but guys just, he does whatever he wants. Like, it's crazy to see that. And then Rudy Gobert has 16 points and 6 rebounds. That's going to get the job done. He had 4 assists. He only missed 4 shots today, 6 of it from the free throw line. That's a good game for him. That's a real good game for him. I'm interested to see what it's going to look like long term with Cat, though. Like, I really am. They're 39-37. They're probably going to make the play-in at worst. And they're a candidate to face the Kings in the first round, man. And their defense is going to get tougher. Their defense is going to get better. Naz Reid, arguably the best offensive backup center in the league. I'm trying to think of somebody else that's better than him offensively. Like, the guy he's relentless, man. 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 7 of 12, 18 points. They really do struggle with guys like that. Noel in transition, he had 14 points in 16 minutes. That's crazy, man. Like, that can't happen. Like, if you're the Kings, that just can't happen, man. My goodness. 14 points in 16 minutes. Clax is the defensive player type of... Bro, stop. He ain't that good defensively. Stop it. That's ridiculous. And no, you're wrong. Clax is not on the rookie deal. Like, Clax got paid. I don't know if it's like 10 mil or 11 mil per season. I forget what the number was. Holmes empty calorie player, 11 million per year. He can't be empty calories if he don't play. I mean, but yeah, I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying Andre Drummond's not the answer. Like, he's just not. I just say double down even more offensively by acquiring DeMar DeRozan in the offseason. That'd be fun, huh? Did this game just highlight the failure Monty to bring up in the rebounder at the deadline? I mean, Mason Plumlee was there for you. That guy's a winner. A guy that can pass the ball. That's a Walmart version of Sabonis. Like, that's what you needed. You find a way to not get the job done. That make no sense to me, but it happened. And the Clippers got him. Drummond is better than who? Clax. Let's see. Nick Claxton. Oh, you're right. I could have swore he signed. I thought he signed a 4-year, $40 million deal. Who signed that deal then? That's crazy. I really thought he had signed. A 2 years, 17 million. It's 18. I don't know why I thought he had signed. I mean, I'm close. He makes 85 and 87 as opposed to 10. I'm pretty close. Point is, he's not on the rookie scale. Rookies don't make $8.5 million. That's my point. Do you think we're first round exit? I live in Texas, and I tell people I'm just happy that we're in the playoffs after 16 years. It depends, man. It just depends on who you face. Like, I had no doubts about Minnesota, and after watching them tonight, I'm starting to doubt if they face Minnesota, that could be the wrong matchup for them. I hope I'm wrong, and it's just one game where they made amazing adjustments to where they made it very tough on De'Aaron in the second half. They closed out all the spaces for him. They adjusted. You know, even their threes were kind of tough, but the Kings are notoriously known for struggling against length, and Minnesota has a lot of length. Drummond is better than Alex Len. I mean, if that's your barometer of Alex Len, then I don't even think we should be talking basketball, bro. Like, Alex Len is not very good, but Metu isn't either at the center position. The only guy that's been actually good at basketball has been Rashawn Holmes, and that was 2 years ago. Can you find that player in now after everything that's transpired in the last 2 years? Like, that's what we do know, right? We know Rashawn was a top 10 shot blocker. You know Rashawn put up 14 and 8. Like, if you get half of that and he's not a liability on defense, which he was their best defender 2 years ago, there's something there. Like, his switchability is good. So we know he's done it. Now it's a matter of Mike Brown, for whatever reason, has him in the doghouse. I think it's personal. Like, I really do. I've been on record saying that Metu has literally been just awful defensively. I mean, we break down the film all the time. And Alex Len or Holmes can't be worse, or even Drummond. Those three guys can't be worse than Metu defensively. Like, Metu is the standard of just being bad at the 5. Again, he's not a 5. Like, that's just where they put him at. Like, he's a stretch 4 that can't stretch. That's what Metu is. The last time I saw Rashawn Holmes play, he had a double-double, albeit against a bad Laker team, but that's what he had. Like, if we want to talk about stats, take that stat. He got a double-double the last time he started this season. Let that sink in. So if you're so into stats, and the Kings won the game. Holmes hasn't been able to play on the playoff roster. That's the same argument I would use to counter you anti-Drummond takes. Metu is better than Holmes, according to Mike Brown. Well, apparently, the tape and the way defense feasts against Metu, apparently Mike Brown is wrong and has been wrong. It's okay. Like, no coach is perfect. Some guy, and again, he plays on the Nigeria team. That's his guy. It's okay to be wrong, too. Mike Brown's not perfect by any means. I mean, he's been out-coached plenty of times this year. Like, let's call it the way it is. He has. They play Alex in, and I wonder why they don't play him versus certain teams. If Rashawn stops tripping over his own feet, he could be a factor, but it's only dunk. Rashawn played the last game, but got blocked twice. Well, he did get blocked against one of the best shot blockers in basketball. He's in the 99th percentile of rebounding and both offensively and defensively, yet he can't stick on any team. Find out why, bro. Why Mike Brown stopped sleeping on the bench and not helping Mike challenging those controversial calls? Mike is God, he's pissed me off this year when it comes to challenges. He be challenging some silly things. I mean, like, why are you challenging that? He's been bad with challenges this year. I'll be honest. Like, he's infuriated me so many times. I'm like, why are you challenging that? It makes no sense. It's made no sense whatsoever on so many occasions. Let's. Go to biases. I think Drummond would fit here. You don't. It is what it is. I tell you what, Mike would 100% prefer Nas, Reed, smaller center type of backup center. Yeah, I mean he's what he wishes Metu was, right? I would say the difference is it's just that Nas is relentless. Like, he's just a relentless player. He has that. What the hell is his name? Guy from the Clippers and the Sixers now, Montrezl Harrell. Like, he has that Montrezl Harrell attitude. Like, he plays like there's no tomorrow, and you just love that, right? Like, you just love that for sure. Everyone has their biases, but I'm posing the question: why has he bounced around? And he is so elite when it comes to Drummond, but why has he bounced around? Like, that should answer all your questions and concerns you have about Drummond. Like, that tells you everything you got to know about him. How on earth Lamb did he get traded? Because nobody wanted him. I've been on a Holmes fan since he got to the Kings. He brought the energy to the Kings, trust me. Once I go to the Dallas game, I'm going to scream, put in Holmes. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants Alex. But I still think he's a much better option defensively than Metu, bro. Like, and he showed it tonight. He had that big-time block in the fourth quarter, I believe it was. All he did was just stand tall. Like, at least he didn't get destroyed defensively. And I think that's a win. Like, that's what you got to roll with for 6 to 12 minutes a night, unfortunately. Zubac's the free agent this offseason. Yeah, but you're not about to sign Zubac to be a backup, though. Like, I mean, you're not going to play Zubac and Sabonis together because neither can shoot well enough to space out the floor and play the way the Kings play. You know? All right, let's see. Let's see these. Let's see these. Let's break down the film real fast. Jesus. Box score. Okay. Let's check out how Rudy Gobert got his buckets, right? This is off a free throw, okay? Slow-mo. At the free throw line. I mean, I can't, bro. I can't, y'all. That is just ugly. How the hell does Keegan Murray and Sabonis allow this dude to grab the rebound? I mean, come on. This is just lack of hunger, lack of wanting it more. I mean, come on, bro. This is how you set the tone. Like, he got pushed around. Like that can't happen, man. Damn. That is terrible. That is terrible. Yeah, that's the same thing. All right, let's go back from the beginning. You get a high hammer screen up here from Rudy. He rolls to the rim. Is that Mike? Yeah. Damn. Just a breakdown. Like, how is slow-mo? Like, first of all, this is the shit I'm talking about. Okay? Why are you closing out so hard on slow-mo, Harrison? The little things. Now you lose containment on him, right? Now he's ahead of you. He has you on his hip. And now Sabonis is forced to step up because he's got to stop the ball. And guess what? Easy. Oh my God, bro. This is... Oh. That's disgusting. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. You got to be better about this. You just got to be better. Swing, swing, swing. Once again, easy. And it looked like they were in zone right here. 2-3 zone. Bad overplay by Keegan. Like, you don't have to come up here. That's Fox's job to get all the way over here. Because now it's an easy pass to the middle. You break the zone here. Easy. Everybody's out of position at this point. You step up, lack of communication, no rotations, easy dunk. I mean, this is bad. This is bad defense by the Kings. Oh yeah, that's that block. Here we go. That's probably the first play I've seen him do that in a long time. It's not the prettiest, but he made the shots. You gotta give him credit. I'm gonna take that all day long. I'm gonna take that all day long. Again, easy entry pass. Great block by Fox. In rotation. It's just too deep, bro. Like, see what the breakdown was, guys. Okay, you get a pick and roll here. Where's Rudy? Rudy's up here. Mike does a good job of breaking down the defense, kicking it out, driving kick, right? Much better closeout by HB here. Stays down on his feet. A bullet pass back out. And at this point, if you see what happened here, keep an eye on Rudy Gobert and how he gets positioned here. He's too deep, right? The whole purpose was to swing the ball to allow him to get the ball, but at the same time, let me see how many seconds that was. Okay, you're in the paint. That's one. Okay, 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. That's close. That's close. You're not gonna call 3 seconds on that. But yeah, I think at the arena it felt like more because you're trying to get the 3 second call, but that's not 3 seconds. That's bang bang. So the Kings just got to be better, man. This sucks. Like, this sucks to watch. Classic Harrison. Keegan needs to be more aggressive. Yep. Need OG badly. A lot of teams do. We hope to meet you on April 5th in Dallas. I always followed you and agreed with you when others didn't. Like Colm situation, like I said, they will be behind the Kings bench. I don't know if I can meet you before after the game. Oh, you're gonna be in Dallas? I'm not traveling to the game in Dallas. I don't even know where that game is at. Let me see. April 5th, it's at Dallas. I'm not gonna be at Dallas, brother. My birthday is April 8th. I gotta get things ready for my birthday, which is a Saturday, leading up to it. But yeah, have fun at the game, man. Represent Kings Nation. I hope they get the win for sure, though. Appreciate you, Joel. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it, y'all. Broke down some of the film there. What a night. Not what you wanted. You woke up again, you thank God that allows you to open your eyes, and you're like, man, let's get a W. Let's light the beam tonight. It didn't happen. You're going to clinch it probably on Wednesday, but man, that sucks. The night was tough. There's no way around it. We can't sugarcoat it. We should have won the game. The T-Wolves were just better than them. Let's be honest. Minnesota deserved to win this game. They fought hard, and they went out and they won the game. The Kings didn't lose this game. Minnesota won this game, fair and square. They were better, more aggressive, better adjustments at the half. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. And on behalf of the entire CK family, I thank Medici for always believing in the Cowboy Kingdom platforms. Let's light the beam on a different night, y'all. Thank you guys. See you guys very, very soon. Peace.